everyone, Jared here, and today I got just a very quick video for you. I'm basically going to act like Google, and I'm going to talk a little bit about how you can play either one of these particular versions of Dragon Quest XI. It might seem kind of weird, and that's why I said I'm going to be your Google today, because we'll start with this one right here. This is the PlayStation 4 version of Dragon Quest XI, the Japanese version. If you don't want to wait till September, you can go ahead and pick this up. It's actually the easiest one to pick up and purchase, and play rather, because it's region free. So all you have to do is get yourself this disc, and you're pretty much good to go. You just go pick it up. The disc is in my PlayStation right now, and you're pretty much set. You don't really need to do anything at all. One thing though to note is that if you're going to use any codes, there were like pre-order bonuses and stuff like that, you're gonna need to log in to a Japanese account, because any of the codes and stuff like that are going to be associated with the Japanese PlayStation Store. So that's important to note. The other thing I want to note is that if you want to download the game directly from the PlayStation Store, you're going to need to be able to pay for it. And I could not do that. I could not pay for the Japanese version, the digital download from the PlayStation Store. For whatever reason, it wouldn't accept my credit card, it wouldn't accept PayPal, it wouldn't accept anything. It was basically constantly telling me, screw you, Jared. So I had to wait for the physical version to arrive. Okay? Now, the 3DS version is an interesting beast, because this one is region locked. So this one you will need a Japanese 2DS, 3DS, what have you. I've got the, well, I actually have a couple now, but I've got this wicked Liquid Metal Slime 2DS that was released the exact same day as Dragon Quest XI. But if you have a regular 2DS or a 3DS from Japan, you can go ahead and download the game, because the store on the 3DS is completely universal. So it will accept credit cards from all over the world, and that makes it extremely, extremely handy. Now, there are ways for you. I'm going to jump back to the PlayStation 4 version for just a second. You can go to sites like Off Gamers and stuff like that in order to get a digital code for the different stores. So you could get, in other words, like a, I don't know, like maybe a 10,000 yen PlayStation Network card for the Japanese store, and you could do the download like that. That will work. Same deal with the 3DS, but the 3DS is a lot easier because it accepts credit cards, like I said, from anywhere. So you just need a Japanese 2DS, 3DS, go to the eShop, find Dragon Quest XI, and go ahead and give it a download. Now what's cool with that is that works for literally every one of the Dragon Quest games. So you can purchase Dragon Quest X, you can purchase all the, like everything that's on there, you can go ahead and play on the 2DS, 3DS. So that's important to know, okay? Much easier to play the PlayStation 4 version, but the PlayStation 4 version is launching here in North America in just a few months, so it might not be worthwhile to do that. It's kind of a waste of money, unless you're like adamant that you really want to play it now. The 3DS one, though, is not coming to North America, so I think that one is much more worthwhile to look into. Now, I should also mention that you can get hardware. You can get official hardware relatively inexpensive if you go on eBay and you don't care if you get like, you know, one of the bulky 2DSs from Japan or one of the earlier 3DS systems. You don't need to have the, you know, the latest new 3DS for this game. This is compatible on literally all the 3DS family, 2DS family, whatever. And it's easy to digitally download, so you don't need to actually have a physical copy of the game either. And it's funny, I've been getting a lot of questions lately about that, about like how do I go about, you know, bringing the game to North America or Europe. So that's pretty much it. So just remember those two rules, that if you're going to go the PS4 route, it is region free, but you're going to have to download it from the PlayStation Store in Japan, and you're going to have a hard time paying for it depending on where you are in the world. I know some credit cards, it works, but for the most part, it's just easier to go and purchase like one of the digital codes there for money. I forget what they're called, like prepaid cards or whatever it is. or you just go ahead and import the disc. If you want to import the disc, the best place to really do that is Amazon. Amazon Japan will ship worldwide depending on where you're located. Now I know that doesn't make any sense, but every country I've seen Amazon Japan will deliver to. It's just if you live in some of the really far out rural areas, that's where it's kind of like iffy, like they may not actually ship to your location. But it's rare. It's really, really rare. They typically will ship just about anywhere. Now that's if you can get it from Amazon Japan. If you can't get it from Amazon Japan and you have to deal with a third party, then chances are you're not going to be able to get your hands on it. But again, you have options. You can download it. With the 3DS one, it's so easy to download. I would just recommend downloading the game. If you absolutely must have a physical copy, again, go with Amazon or you know, I guess at this point you could go with eBay and stuff. Just be careful. Don't spend too much money. That being said, the game is expensive. Okay, if you go the digital download route though, there are sales that are happening all the time, and I really recommend people go that route, especially if you want to check out the 3DS version. I'd say just download the thing, buy an old used 2DS, 3DS, and don't spend too much money. Try and get it for like 50 bucks, something like that, and then there you go. You have access to Dragon Quest XI. And so I hope that helps. I was getting a lot of questions about that, about how to actually go about doing that, so there it is. I hope you enjoy. And I'll keep up the Dragon Quest XI content all the way up into the launch of the game, and then I'll review the North American version. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, that's pretty much it. Hope you enjoyed, and I'll catch you all in the next video.